Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FTRL. We are live for week 5, and everything's new. Everything is new. Or so it's been said. I'm pretty sure the GT2 guys who raced last night will have a good idea. Lennon's right in saying this is going to be chaos. Well, let's find out. We always hoped for, you know, just a little bit of chaos. We've got plenty of interest already, people jumping straight in. Always good to see. So good evening, Lennon, good luck tonight. Good evening, Mikey. Oh, someone's on the wall already. What's going on? We're already underway, and I don't think something's not going alright yet. We've got to reset. Ooh, good start. Good start. Yay, GT7. Right, we're all leaving. We're all going to reboot our games. I'm not going to reboot my game because otherwise I'll completely reset the stream. It shouldn't be affected by me anyway. So we'll just wait for the room to come back up. Well, I missed GT2 last night. I was out, so I presume that all went smoothly. Presume there was no issues there. Nonetheless, we'll try again. So, apart from the returning glitches, such as they are, lobby glitches, what does everybody think of the update? Let me know. I haven't even had a chance to get on and have a go yet. I might do after this. But yeah, nonetheless. Are we still going? We are still going. I appear to have completely lost the stream. There it is. Good. We're still live. Update is wank. Okay. Not a fan. I think it might take a little bit of practice, to be honest. It should be very interesting to see. Obviously, the GT1 guys have had 24 hours more to get some practice in. I'm sure everyone's been putting the time in today. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe. Let's go back out and just make sure the lobby resets itself. Oh, I've got a prize. Sorry, I've taken a little diversion into my own personal GT world. Must be a time trial prize. Oh, there we go. 1 million, I'll take that. Oh, another million. Oh, it's just rolling in. Well, I knew you weren't going to practice, Lennon. That's a given. Oh, now I'm in the legend car. What's going on? Now I'm in the legend car section. Having a right night of it. I did say, Mike, I said the other day, if there was a way to if there was a way to do a GoFundMe with GT credits, we'd be all over it. Aaron says I look like T-Pain. Thanks, Aaron. Right, we're going to try again. Maybe, instead of accidentally nobbing around in the legend car dealership, I can tell you all a bit about what's going on tonight. We have got, coming up, a 48 lap endurance race around Kyoto, Yamagiwa. And we're starting, as we just saw, without qualifying. We'll try and start without everyone spearing into the barriers this time. But there'll be no qualifying. We'll be starting straight into the race in reverse championship order. Tyre wear times 4. Fuel depletion times 4. And all tyres are available, must be used for a minimum of 5 laps each. Mr. Stephen Norris is in the chat. Real shame. We had a real treat lined up for you tonight, and nobody was going to be joining the commentary team, but unfortunately we realised as I logged on that A, there was 15 drivers, and B, the share play doesn't work very well PS5 to PS4. So never mind, one day we will experience the beauty that is Nobby Norris in comms. Most likely next time we don't have 15 drivers. It wasn't meant to be. Right, we're going to try again. Let's go. Okay, we're in reverse championship order, so Jadon is leading us off from Odon and then Homer. So all 3 of these guys are at the front. Team Auto Trader. Let's see how long they can stay there. James is starting on the mediums, as is Odon and Homer as well. And then behind we've got Unsafe Release on the hards, Fever on the mediums, and Graham on the mediums. And then Tom in P7 is on the softs. Right, looks like... Yes, we're away clean this time. Good news. Round the first of these long left-handers that personally I just cannot get on with. Both of them. James has made a very quick start. 8/10's clear already. He's already out of slipstream range of everyone behind him. And the front 3, 4, 5 got away fairly well. Fever is now challenging Unsafe Release. He's looking to go all the way around the outside of his teammate, which he does. Didn't think Unsafe was going to challenge that too hard on lap 1. Unsafe, of course, running the harder compound of tyres. What's happening a bit further back? Oh, Graham and Aaron. Oh, what's happened to Tom? Tom's all the way down to 10th. So something's gone on there. Ross currently running P6, blue flag is 7th, with Aaron right behind him in 8th. Graham 9th, now being challenged by T. Smith. We'll stay on this because Tom has the inside line, but then that will become the outside for the hairpin. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. Blue flag very slow and very late into the corner. And Tom shoves his way through. A bit further back, Biggles, Panda, Lennon all battling away. As they all come through this tricky downhill right left chicane to bring them round to the final corner and out for the end of lap 1. So a fairly clean lap 1, no real chaos yet, plenty of time, 47 laps to go. Jadon leads 1.3 seconds from Owen, and then Homer right behind. Knowing goes a little bit wide, Homer's going to look to get up the inside. 2 Renaults going head to head. Owen flashes the indicator, Homer goes through, but as he sacrifices his place to Fever and letting his teammate through, he's going to park the bus all the way up the hill. No way through for Fever. Ross is now P5 and him and Aaron are battling away. Aaron's just about managing to keep the inside line. He's going to have to go very tight around this corner. There's a little bit of contact. Ross shoved out wide slightly. Everybody's okay. In fact, Ross has lost the place to T. Smith, who's back up to P6. So, real good recovery from Tom. I think we do have Tom Duval in as well. I need to keep remembering to call them T. Smith and Tom Duval, not just Tom. So Tom Duval is in the Mazda, is P11, getting a bit twitchy over the curbs there. The guy who's behind him, and Ross is in the wall. Well, if anybody's going to go off, that's the place it's probably going to happen. That chicane notoriously tricky. It's get the most out of it, you have to really ride the curbs, and of course nobody's going to be any the wiser about how the curbs work. Oh, here comes Fever. Looking for P4. Unsafe release has slipped back a bit, but Aaron holds P4 at the minute for Fever. Yeah, and T. Smith's had a good recovery, slipped down to 10th early on, now back up to P6. And looks like Blue Flag has recovered as well. Back into 7th. Derek. Garrett, good evening. Welcome along. Pagani and Tom Duval having a real battle over P10 at the minute. Both on the hard tyres. Most of the people at the back choosing to run the hards as you would expect. There was a lot of squealing of tyres going on ahead. Fever running a bit wide, Tom sticking a lot closer to the inside. And that means he's going to gain on the exit, but it's not going to be enough. James is stretching out a decent lead at the minute. Hone is now into P2, so we'll see if he can run down his teammate. And in a minute, Aaron is the one having a look at P3 at Odom. Is Aaron going to go defensive? Yes, he is. Aaron may look to switch back, or maybe even go all the way around the outside. Or if he can keep it on the track, he can, but couldn't quite get the drive off the curb. He is still there, still hanging in, coming down to the chicane. Both of them held that nicely. And Odon gets enough pace out of that chicane to deny Aaron the chance for a move, but he's going to try and get his foot down, get a good exit here. Has he got the pace? Not quite. So that's good defending. But Odon in P3 has let Homer get a bit more of a gap as well. And in the meantime, out front, James is 2.5 seconds clear. Oh. May have been a bit of a mistake there from Odon, because Aaron has now taken P3. Pushing it right to the outside. And up he goes. Oh, so getting a little bit interested here. In the rear left corner of that BMW. Yeah, I think Mike is right. It's going to be interesting to see what the difference is. Because obviously it was an update, complete update to the handling and the physics and everything else. There was also a BOP balance, so that may well have had an effect. A bit busy around the hairpin. It looks like T. Smith might have P5 here. Yes, he does. In the meantime, Pagani looks to have got the better of his battle with Tom Duval. He stays P10. Tom is now P12. Biggles trying to hold off Lennon for P13, and Ross now recovering, but not too far off the back. So, on to lap 5. Jadon now has a 3.5 second lead over Aaron, who's now into P2 ahead of Homer. So Aaron making his way up very, very quickly. He's got the fastest lap of the race on the soft tyres. That's why he's making his way up quickly. 134.3, compare that to 134.8 up front, so not a massive difference. And lap 5 is now underway, and Aaron's tyre is cooked. So front right will not be lasting probably any longer than this lap. And one of the things I have heard tell about this update is, even more so than before, a fully worn tyre is very much a fully worn tyre. As in, pretty much a puncture. So I imagine, although he's still pushing on with the quick lap times, we'll see Aaron in at the end of this lap. And the soft tyre, same for T. Smith as well. The soft tyre not really looking like a good, or as good a race tyre anymore. Oh, Odon slipped all the way back down to P7. So he's been shuffled back a bit. Something interesting I've just noticed. T. Smith's... Oh, everybody's a bit wide there. T. Smith's ABS light is highlighted in yellow. That's not the case for anybody else. I think constantly in yellow. I'm assuming then that says he dips into the pits alongside Aaron. I'm assuming that's a different setting he's got it on. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at that after the race. 4.2 seconds now, the lead. Aaron's obviously pitted, and that's freed up Homer back into P2. But yeah, he's a long way back. And it's now Fever in third. Ah, well, there you go. Bit of knowledge there from Derek. T. Smith is running with ABS off to save the front right tyre. Impressive if he is. Where is he? 15th after the pit. 2.3 seconds behind Aaron. Both have come out on the medium tyres. Again, I don't know if it's something that's changed, but ABS off is it's impressive if he's managing to run that. And it helped the softs get to 5 laps, so there you go. James is just stretching this gap. 135.0 compared to Homer's 136.2. So James is massively quicker on the same tyres and with better tyre wear. Absolutely flying at the moment. Ross has set the fastest lap of the race though, 133.922. The only person in the 133s. Pete Man. The man himself. Good evening. Always good to see Pete Man dropping in to enjoy some brand new, fresh update GT7. Everyone looks to be getting on alright, but it has mixed up the field a bit, I've got to say. Whoa, there goes Panda. Slams it into the wall. Just overcooked that a little on the long left-hander. Bit of a wiggle of the rear end from the Lamborghini there. And he's had a moment somewhere, because he's 2 seconds off the pace, is James, and that gap is now dropping. So it's cost him a little, still got a healthy gap, but it's cost him a little bit. It'll be interesting to see when people pit off the mediums. I imagine Homer might be very, very soon, because he's really done a number on that front right. Fever's just behind him and doing a much better job on tyres. How many stops is this, has Pete meant? It depends. Fuel-wise, you could probably, some of them could, well, they'll probably be doing a, I'd probably say a 3-stop, but with tyres, it's going to be 4, because they've got to use all 3 compounds of tyres, and the softs don't last longer than 5 laps. Right then, Homer is coming under increasing pressure from Fever. It does seem like a matter of time at the minute before Fever takes second place. As they rattle over the curbs at the bottom of the hill once again. Graham now up to P6. Quietly just worked his way up the field a little. Odon is 8th, Ross has recovered to, Odon is 7th, Ross has recovered to P8. And then Tom Duval P9, of course a couple of people have pitted already. Unsafe Release has also pitted, not put much fuel in, that's because he's come out on the soft tyres. And now he's got Aaron in his way on the mediums, who's looking to find a way through. Can see, keep an eye on these for a second, I can see from the order on the left that Fever has taken P2 off Homer now. Unsafe is all over the back of Aaron, he's not going to take it easy trying to get past Only so much life in those soft tyres, he needs to make a move soon. Let's see what he can do down the straight. Lamborghini does have the better straight line speed over the Subaru, and he's just breezed past it into P13. Nice easy move for safe, no risk there. Jadon's lead back up to 6 seconds, so he's recovered from that lap 7 minor wobble. Sets another 35.0, doing well on the tyres. Fever behind him, not quite able to match that pace. Oh, where's blue flag come from? Homer's slipping back down the order. His tyres are rapidly giving up on him. Blue flag is gaining. And now Pagani's up to P5. So these guys have obviously moved up the order from obviously the other pit stops, but some of them are making their way past on the track as well. Pagani's certainly got past Graham. And obviously well away from Tom Duval. He's still going on the hard tyres. I think he's probably one of the only ones. Him, Biggles and Lennon are the ones still pushing on the hard tyre compound. Maybe looking to limit the pit stops. Looks like nobody into the pits this time around. Oh, Homer's gone round for another lap, and I'm not sure that was wise. He's all over the place. Pagani takes P4. Yeah, a couple of the guys really suffering on the tyre wear now. Jadon's still doing okay, could probably get another lap out if he wants to. Phoebe's fine. Blue flag not so much. Pagani's okay on the hards. He's making really good progress actually on the hard tyres, is Pagani. Only 9 seconds off the lead. Ross has already pitted, I believe. Yeah, he has. He's back up to P5. Has he? Oh, I'm not sure now. Oh no, actually I don't think he has, sorry. No, he hasn't. So he's done well to make his way back up to P5. Graham is okay. Oh, Homer's tyre is now dead. And he is holding up the pack massively. Oh, yeah, there you go. Tyres just completely given up, and Jadon's in from the lead. Homer's going to lose places all the way down to P10 here. Unfortunately, he's only got one right-hander to go, so he'll be able to make that, and then he'll be able to come into the pits. Right, where is Jadon going to come out here? Most everybody is going to go past him. This is going to fill the tank by the look of it. And that's okay for him. He'll have some clear air. He's actually out just behind T. Smith, who was a long way behind him when he pitted. But they've both only made one stop, and T. Smith's out ahead. Having said that, he's used half his tank of fuel, so I think that's good for James. Out on the mediums again, so another medium stint. You know he can do the good lap times there, and he's got a lot of nice clear air ahead of him. Okay, back to the front. Fever has the race lead for now. Blue flag 1.8 seconds behind, but we'll be praying there a little bit now that he gets to the end of this lap before that tyre goes completely red. I've got to say, I think Pagani might be one to watch here. Everybody else starting to struggle with tyres as Phoebe comes into the pits. They're starting to pit. They've used up a lot more fuel, most of them, and Pagani's just happily going on his way on the hard tyres and is all the way up to P2. So we'll keep an eye on him. Oh, I can't believe blue flag's gone out for another lap. Jesus. Good luck. That's all I'll say. Ross is now on the red line of fuel, so he'll be in this lap. And Graham, again, as usual, doing a very good job on the tyres, so he might even get to lap 13 if he's good. Oh, no, he's not going for lap 14. Surely not. So 12 laps is good. I'm just wondering if Graham's... I was going to say, I wonder if he's got in the back of his mind an extremely ridiculous 3-stop, but I don't think so. No, he can't. I think he'd have to go 3 lots of 14 and then 6 on the softs. That seems ill-advised, to be honest. So no, I don't think he's doing that. I think he's just extending his stint nicely. Give him a bit of a fuel advantage in the pits. Panda's there P7, Aaron is now in P8, Unsafe is in P9 and about to pit off the soft tyres, so Unsafe, he's already pitted once and he's going to do so again now. I don't really think the soft tyres are doing anyone any favours. He has had the fastest lap of the race, but not by much. Now we've got the medium tyre runners who have been on the longer stints into the pits. Ross is in, blue flag has just about survived, or I think he lost that place to Ross. Graham is the one carrying on and keeping with the hard tyre runners. So Pagani's in the lead, Graham is P2, but definitely suffering now, as Tom Duval is all over him in P3 and looking to find a way through. Yeah, I think this update has really made a difference to how the tyres interact and how they work. You can really see the harder compounds, they seem to be coming back towards the end of the stint. Changes overall, Pete, man. Basically, they just touted a whole new physics model, and it was supposed to be, you know, there was BOP balance and everything else, but ooh, it was a bit of a slide from Tom Duval there. That might let Graham back through. Just keep an eye on this for a second. Let's go on board with Graham. He's got the inside line. Can he make it stick? Can he get it stopped? Yes, he can, but Tom's still there. Oh, this is dangerous. Yeah, Tom Duval backs out. That's smart. That is smart. Here comes Biggles as well, joining in the fun. Surely Graham could get another lap out of this. I'm not sure if it's advised, but depends on his strategy. Tom Duval's definitely going to have to pit, so at least Graham will be free of that. Yeah, Graham's going around again. So that'll be 14 laps on the medium tyres for Graham. Yeah. So the update, supposedly, new physics model, new suspension model, changes to how the tyres perform, how they wear, tyre temperature, you know, things like that. So most people saying it seems to be a significant difference, or at least a pretty noticeable one. A lot of people moaning, obviously, because, you know, people always moan, oh, I don't like change, that sort of thing, but impressive for Graham to go 14 laps on the medium size. I did see a few notes to say, like road cars in particular are much different, and you know, a GT3 car will always somewhat stick to the track, obviously, but yeah, some of the road cars apparently, especially tuned ones, you can't just sort of, you know, do things like whack a Porsche engine in a Samba bus anymore. It just doesn't work. Keeping an eye on this, Ross is looking to go very wide and get a switch back here on Pagani, but both of them out on the soft tyres now, so there's not going to be a lot of difference in the times there. We did see a 33.9 from Ross earlier, so whether he has the edge on pace or not now that Pagani's on the soft tyres, we'll have to wait and see. That'll be an interesting battle to keep an eye on. Graham is finally bound to the inevitable and coming to the pits. Oh, nicely done, Graham. Short fuel onto the softs and out ahead of that big pack that would have caused him a load of trouble. Tom Duval, Homer, Blue Flag, Len, and all the people he was battling with. He's now out ahead of them, a clear track in front. Look to Panda. You'll have to excuse the short breaks in commentary, and my throat's been playing up a bit this week, so it's struggling a little bit, as you're probably able to hear. I'm also on a diet now, so I'm eating carrot sticks in between commentating. So bear with. Aaron is in the lead. We've seen a massive improvement from Aaron recently. It was almost like, I had tears in my eyes last week with an Aaron and Pagani win on the same night. It was unbelievable, just like old times. And he's back out in the lead, but not the net lead, I would say. Biggles is still going on the hard tyres. That's a 16-lap stint from Biggles. That's a doable three-stop. That is a doable three-stop. 16 laps on the hards. Do it again. Or no, do 2 medium stints. So 16, 12, 12, and then the softs. He'd have to do a little more than 12 on the mediums, 13 on the mediums. That would leave him 6 laps on the soft tyres, which I think he could do. So I think we're maybe looking at a 3-stopper here, probably the only one. Or maybe Graham has got that in mind. Mike says he hasn't got the fuel, and he has though, he's done 16 laps. He's not pitted yet. Aaron is in, Biggles is in. So Aaron in from P1, but obviously he'd already stopped once, which doesn't do wonders for Biggles' strategy fail. To be fair, Biggles was at the back and Aaron wasn't, so we'll see. Yeah, Biggles is out on the soft tyres now. Once again, slotting into that gap, and his fuel not even halfway. So I reckon this will be 6 laps on the soft tyres for Biggles. Blue Flag is P8, Lennon is P9, Tom Duval is P10. Everybody's all over the place in terms of positioning and strategy, which is great to see, because we always love the endurance races. That's what's so great about them, the way it all just shuffles out at the end. And you find all of a sudden there's 3 or 4 cars battling for the lead within like 2 seconds of each other. Odon's in the pit. Was that off a soft tyre stint? It was. It's left him a long way behind, but that was his 2nd stop of the night, so he may come back into it. As will T. Smith, who's out on the hard tyres, same as Odon, but Tom's 24 seconds further up the road. I'm not really sure where. I'm just thinking about. Oh, he's taking more fuel on Odon. I'm just trying to figure out how he's dropped so far behind everybody else. I know he's just done that pit stop, but. Don't know. Oh, look who's back in the lead. James is evidently enjoying the medium tyres. He's been on nothing else so far. And having stopped once and with a third of the tank of fuel left, he's built another healthy 5-second lead. So Ross is 5 seconds behind, and he is is he gaining? No, he's not bloody gaining, I'll tell you. Mid 34s from Jadon on the mediums. Ross has stuck in a couple of low to mid 33s, but only for 2 laps. And then the soft tyres have just immediately died on him. So softs, I don't think are the way to... Obviously they have to use them at one point, but softs in general don't seem to be the way to go anymore. Pagani's there as well. Both of these guys will be pitting this lap. Ross has managed to clear Pagani, but not by a lot. Only a second and a half. So these two will be in, and that will give James a very, very healthy lead. Graham, who's the next one back, also on the soft tyres, is 14 and a half seconds behind him. Feber and then Biggles. Biggles is now going to be getting held up behind Feber, which will be very frustrating. He's pushing him around the corner. He's going to get past this time, surely, on the run up to the next sweeping left-hander. There's got to be a way through. Just got to outbrake him. Just launch it to the inside. Here he goes. Yeah, Feber gives him the room. No sense in really, excuse me, no sense in really battling that. Not his battle that time, Feber. So that's Biggles into P3. Feber on the hard tyres. Blue flag behind him on the mediums, as is Tom Durrell. So both of these guys fairly fresh on the medium tyres, and both setting their personal best laps. Last lap, lap 18. So you imagine they would be catching Feber in fairly short order as well. In the meantime, Homer is on P7 on the mediums, Aaron behind him on the hard tyres on P8, and then unsafe release a couple of seconds back in 9th. Leonard's still plugging away in P10, 7 seconds ahead of Tom. Oh, here comes Pagani. Out of the pits, fresh medium tyres, Pagani sweeps through, back into P11. I think that's going to be my my bold prediction at this point is going to be Pagani for a podium. Let's wait and see. The lead is 15 seconds. And most of these guys behind him, probably all the way back to blue flag, don't really have any advantage on tyres or fuel. We're just going to leave him to it. We're not going to say anything. We're just going to leave him to it. Biggles into P2. Seen off Graham, who's rather at the business end of tyres and fuel, shall we say. He may well be in this lap off the softs. Biggles, of course, did a couple of laps longer on his first stint, so he will go maybe only 1 lap more. I said he was looking for 6 laps on the softs, at least the way I've considered his strategy, so he's going to have to eke out the fuel a little bit if he wants to do that, but he's been pretty capable of that so far. Graham's in, as expected. Got a little battle going on here. Homer's gone through for another lap on the red line of fuel. I'd say probably more than on the red line of fuel, so good luck, sir. Aaron sweeps through. I imagine Homer is on fuel mix 6 now, trying to make it through one more lap. to keep his strategy alive, whatever it may be. Ross seems to have been involved in almost constant battles so far. Now see him overtaking, using that soft compound of tyres to overtake T. Smith for P11. And everybody else, reasonably spread out. Blue Flag is looking interestedly at the back of Tom Duval. Race leader into the pits, lap 21. This will be Jadon's second stop. Biggles is he's gonna try for one more lap. Fever is not. Fever is into the pits, off the hard tyres. So for all of these guys, this is stop 2. So guarantee a 4 stop for these guys. Where's Graham? Where is Graham? Graham is 14th. Oh, he's already stopped again. So I think that rules... No, it doesn't rule Graham out of the 3 stop, does it? He's back on the hard tyres, yeah. So I think we've got 2 3 stop runners here. We've got Graham, who's already made his second stop. 36 seconds behind Biggles, who hasn't, and will be doing so off of the soft tyres at the end of lap 22. How much time do you lose in the pits? We'll watch Biggles come in and we'll see, because he will be fully fueling the car, so we'll see how much time a full fuel pit stop takes and how much time that might save them. The problem Biggles has got is the guys behind him, and they're not too far behind him, have already done the extra stop. So Tom, Duval, Blue Flag, Aaron have all done that extra stop, and they've all used the tyres they need. So we'll see. There they all come. Fuel going in. Right, there we go. So Biggles out on the medium tyres in P10 and 31 seconds behind the leader, whereas he was 3 seconds ahead. So fully fueling off a pit stop takes 33 seconds. How's your mental maths? I'll tell you what you can see without any maths is Graham now just 3 seconds behind Biggles. So both of these guys now on the same strategy, although Graham is doing the hard tyre stint, whereas Biggles has come out on the mediums. So he's got 26 laps to do. That's 13 and 13, so he could easily go mediums twice. So you think Biggles will stay ahead of Graham, but it's just how far up the order he can get. Right. That's enough mental arithmetic for now. Let's get back to the actual racing. Ross is trying to get himself involved again, this time with Fever. But Fever's on the soft tyres and they're not that worn yet, so Phoebe would expect to stay ahead, although Ross has been pretty rapid all round when he's not been in the wall. So we'll keep an eye on what happens there. We've now got Tom Duval and Blue Flag in the pits, which promotes Aaron to the lead. Aaron is 15 seconds clear of Jadon. Although I would still call James the net race leader because of the fuel situation. James is 3.5 seconds currently behind Pagani, who's on half a tank of fuel. We are indeed halfway through the race. Payment says, who's calling it? Not me. Tell you that. I'm not calling anything right now. I've made one call. I've made my Pagani for a podium call. That's it for now. Mainly because I don't know otherwise what's going to happen, and also I don't want to jinx it for someone. Odon's going to finish last. Can I call that? Is that allowed? I don't know. Sorry, eh? Unfortunately, it is a well-established rule now that when commentating, I have to be a bit of a bitch to someone at least once a night. Ross is definitely keeping up with fever. He's not just keeping up, he's challenging as well. Soft tyres. Really not doing it for some of these drivers. I think Ross is just generally quicker as well at the minute. If he hadn't had that accident, Ross, he'd be right up there. Okay, Peterman's calling it, here we go. I knew you were going to do that. Whoa, where's T. Smith going? That's the hard tyres for you. He's got one more lap in his fuel, so going alright in P6. Panda behind him on the medium side has got more fuel, so he'll be heading past shortly, as will Biggles, who's now managed to get himself up into 8th ahead of Tom Duval, and fair bit further clear of Graham as well, who at one point I thought he might be racing, but I think he's probably just got the edge at the minute. Biggles, lest we forget, right up there in the championship race, currently on 137 points in 3rd, behind Pagani on 140 and Panda on 149. Panda's doing well, but not as well as some of the others. I think we're only looking at a... might depend what tyres he's got to go, but probably an upper mid-table finish here for Panda, probably. Pagani, of course, doing pretty well. So could be a chance for Biggles to close the gap a little bit, maybe by not that much. Race leader is in the pits. Aaron is in off the hard tyres, lap 26 of 48. Pagani is going to go through, and for the first time, no he's not, he's in as well. Thought he'd have got a bit further there, Pagani. That's interesting. 21 litres of fuel left. Third to a quarter of a front right medium tyre. What's he got planned? Fever and T. Smith are in as well, and that promotes what I still believe to be our net race leader back to the lead, although Ross is closing fast. Biggles under all sorts of pressure from Tom Duval, and is also rapidly closing in with Panda on those heavily worn medium tyres, front and rear. So this could be an interesting little three-way battle. We'll keep an eye on this for now. Panda just dipping a rear wheel into the grass on the outside there. Here comes Tom Duval, looking for the inside into the chicane. Brakes late, very, very late. Gets it stopped just about, and then blocks off Biggles on the exit. Nice move. That's given Will a bit of breathing room, but can Biggles hit back? Peteman says Biggles is having a great race. He is, and he has done consistently throughout this season. It was only, I can't either a season or 2 seasons back. I think couple of seasons back, he really struggled. Just could not get things clicked, and he's come on so much since then. He was leading the championship last week. Well, Panda ruins that battle for us by coming into the pits. Actually, it's Tom Duval in P3 and Biggles half a second behind. Ross is closing in on the lead. He's got a lot less fuel and a lot more warm tyres than James, but this will be the first time that James has had to actually battle anyone. So let's hope he just doesn't absolutely shit himself and throw it all away. This midfield pack is gaining a little on Graham. Now just half a second. Unsafe is holding station at the minute behind blue flag. He may look for a move, he may just wait until they catch up with Graham. In the meantime, Aaron is behind on fresh tyres, so this could get a little bit interesting. Aaron's 3 tenths up on his personal best. Here comes blue flag. I'm not sure whether to believe those lap times, because blue flag's on the hard tyres. He's been taking 136s, and then out of nowhere threw in a 134 on lap 26. Nonetheless, here he comes. He won't make the move this time. Aaron's a lot closer in the background to unsafe release. Unsafe's been very consistent up until the last lap, where he's obviously been caught up in a bit of traffic. Before then, he's been setting pretty consistent 134s on the mediums. But now Aaron's going to have a look, and he's going to have a look. Oof, there's no room through there. Have to duck back in. Go on board. He's going to make a move coming into the left-hander. He's a little bit further back. Unsafe is pulling away. Aaron's going to go wide. Unsafe is now peeling off wide as he tries to get the traction down. Aaron's coming in. Oh, a little bit of contact on the outside. They both held it. Unsafe trying to hit back. If he can hold it around the outside, he'll have Aaron pinned to the outside of the right-hander. No, he's ducked out of it. I think that is sensible. Some lovely, sensible German driving there. Now he's going to nail him. No, not this time. So, as you were, in that little pack, someone's in the pits, Lennon's in the pits, Lennon's just in the pits. Having a nice little break, are we, Lennon? Having a snack? Maybe a little beverage? Oh, that guy looked like he thought something might be going on for a minute, but no. You're doing your pit crew a disservice there, Lennon. That guy's going to get cramp in his quads. Well, Jadon is still in the lead. I honestly thought that Ross was going to catch him when we last looked a couple of laps ago. Although he has gained a little, he's still not quite there, and I think now it's because those medium tyres are reaching that cliff edge. Well, looks like Jadon may have held off the charge. I'm still looking out for these two. Biggles is ahead of Tom Duval on fuel, so he'll be overtaking him. Ross has now made his way into the pit. And James is back out to a 10-second lead. So this is now, I think, a net lead. Peteman wants to know why isn't T. Smith smashing it? He's washed, mate. That's all there is to it. Some people say the car might be a little bit shit, but we all know the truth. I can say that safely because I'm not racing this season. I am in the reaping phase. Where's Pagani? Right. What I'm interested in here is James and Tom Duval and Biggles versus Pagani. I think Biggles has got the clear edge here. He's the one that's got the fuel to match. And he's a good 17 seconds clear of Pagani. So I think now this is between Jadon and Biggles. If Biggles pulls this off, it's an absolutely unbelievable piece of driving. He was stuck battling at the back while James was able to just piss off into the distance for the entire first stint. He went longer than everybody else. He's only going to do one more stop. Whether James is capable of only doing one more stop, I'm not sure, because there'll be 16 more laps after this. He's running a bit short on fuel. I think he might be going for a medium and then a soft to finish. So that might hand Biggles the advantage. He's only 10 seconds back. I think it's going to be close. Aaron's still there as well. He's 10 seconds behind Biggles, but he's cracking on the medium tyres, and he's got a bit more fuel and slightly better tyres as well. I'm down to my final carrot stick, so I'm going to eat it live on air because I know everybody wants to hear it. Hope you enjoyed that. What is going on? Phoebe's 8th. Oh, Ross, hello. A beer for comms. Well, no, I've also made the sacrifice. Well, sort of. I'm on the gin. Slightly fewer calories. Here goes Ross. Down the inside. Takes P8 from Phoebe. Yeah, I think Ross is too far back to be in contention for the win, but still in for a pretty decent result considering he was in the wall in the first stint. So we'll keep an eye on it, see what he does. Panda currently running P11, T Smith P12, on Zeppeli's 13th. And here comes the race leader. That gap down to 8.2 seconds as Tom Duval pits as well. So I think he's got Tom Duval cleared, but I am really not sure about this guy. Let's see where Jadon comes out. He's short fueled, he's on the soft tyres, and he's out just behind Graham into P4. So that's actually, if I'm James and I'm in the car now, I'm thinking, oh, that's bad news because I've got to try and find a way past Graham, but Graham will be in this lap. He's not got enough fuel to do any more than one more lap, so if Jadon's going to get held up, it's only going to be slightly. And he's now 12 seconds behind Biggles, both of them with one more stop still to make, but obviously James has the advantage of currently being on the soft tyres. So he's got a decent chunk of time to make up. I still think it's going to be close, and look who's behind. Yes, on the hard tyres, yes, for slightly less fuel, but Pagani is there. He's in the conversation, I'll say that. Especially as Pagani, like Biggles, only has one more stop to make. So definitely in the mix. See the rear end stepping out a little bit there, but that's just Pagani. I don't think any update's going to change that. I think if an update comes where Pagani can no longer exit the corner and slide the rear end out, he will just visit Japan and burn Polifini to the ground. Graham's in the pits. That releases James. That gap already down to 11 seconds from 12.5, so this is where he's got to make the hay. Peterman says this is going to be a tasty finish. It really is. Not as tasty as my carrot sticks, but still pretty damn tasty. And it always is. That is why I love the endurance races. The sprints are great. The sprints are fine. Obviously you get action throughout, but love the fact the endurance races you never quite know until right at the end what's going to happen. And this really is all about strategy now, because everybody's in slightly different positions, fairly spread out on the track, all with different amounts of fuel and tyres left. Homer and P11 out on the softs. The only guys who are actually close at the minute are, surprise, surprise, it's Ross, closing in on Tom Duval, whose soft tyres are starting to go off a little. Biggles is in the pits. Switchback in the chat saying as much as he wants James to win, he thinks Biggles might have this. I probably would agree, although yeah, I don't want to say it, and we won't say it yet. May depend if Biggles gets a bit of clean air coming out of the pits. He's fueling nearly to the top. 13 laps to go. And he is just going to get out, is he? Oh no, Panda's going to go all the way around the outside here. But he's on the hard tyres. That's put him off a little. He's had to go very, very wide to keep it on, just keep it on the track, and slots in just behind Biggles. Now, can Biggles get those tyres up to temperature and get clear of Panda? It could be critical for his race. I think Panda's too far behind. I don't think those hard tyres are going to give him the grip. I think Biggles is very, very lucky that he's come out side by side with someone on the hard tyre compound rather than the medium or soft. You see Panda just having to lift there slightly on the exit of the corner. And Biggles is clear. Could make all the difference. What's happened there? How has Aaron taken the lead? Have I missed something? Well, it's a 1:33.7 from James, so he's not going slowly. I think Aaron might... Oh yeah, Aaron might have always been ahead of him after the pit stop, yeah. Yeah, Aaron's about to pit soon. Although he is still... He's still there or thereabouts as well. Obviously, he, like everybody else on the track now, with the exception of Biggles, has got one more stop to do. So... Oh, and Graham. Graham's still there as well. So with the exception of those two, the three stop runners, Aaron's definitely in the mix as well. So we've got Aaron, we've got Jadon, we've got Pagani, we've got Tom Duval still there as well, and perhaps Ross, who may end up on the soft tyres at the end of the race, and then Biggles. So those six, I think, will be battling it out at least for a podium. Jesus, James' tyres are going already. This is only lap 4 of his stint. He's going to have to try and eke out one more lap out of those, I think, and hope that they don't run out before the end of the lap. That's his plan. He needs to make sure that he makes it. Just look after those tyres, particularly that front right. Nice and easy around those long left-handers, but of course he can't go nice and easy because he has to push for time. Aaron is into the pits for what will be his final stop of the race. James is going to go around for one more lap, which will give him the slight advantage over Aaron and Pagani, who is also coming in. Ross carries on, he's got a few more laps left. He will be doing, I imagine, a soft tyre stint at the end. Tom Duval will be in off the softs at the end of the next lap. And he's right there too. Let's see where these guys all come out. Aaron's fueled so much. I'm not sure how much that Subaru eats the fuel, but bloody hell. Pagani's not put quite as much fuel on as Aaron, which is going to gain him a little bit of time. He's come out on the hard tyres, Aaron's out on the mediums. That's interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. Graham not too far behind as well, but with less fuel than the both of them. Udon is into the pits for the final time. Out he comes. And then just coming around the final corner is our race leader. 7.2 second gap. And he is into the pits for now what will finally be the final time. Let's see where he comes out. Oh, he's still there. He's finally coming out. Oh, it's a long way. It's a big gap to the front. Oh, he's still got another 10 seconds to make up, and now he's on the same tyres. I think that's a massive ask for James. He's come out just behind Unsafe Release, who will be pitting, which will be giving him P4, but unfortunately for him, he's got Aaron right behind him as well. So Ross now has a 12-second lead, but has to pit again. But when he pits, he won't have to pit for very much fuel. It's still going to spit him out probably 10 seconds off the lead at least, unless he can make up some more time now. Biggles is right there. Panda is in P3, but will have to pit again, so that will drop him out of contention. Unsafe Release also, will have to pit, and that leaves your current podium, once everything shuffles out, to be Biggles P1, James P2, and Aaron P3. Beyond that, the rest of them are a bit further behind. They've not quite worked out. They had to put in a little bit more fuel, spend a little bit more time. So that'll be Tom Duval in a net. May not even be in a net P4 because it depends on where Ross slots in. So once you get down to Tom Duval, you're looking at sort of 30-ish seconds off the lead. And with Ross not having to put much fuel in, I think Ross will probably come out somewhere around where Tom is now, which is now, after Panda and unsafe release pit, is now P5. Well, well, well. Because has set a 1:34.0 on the medium tyres. Tis to lose. Has James got the pace to keep Aaron at bay? Aaron's got slightly more fuel. James has got slightly better tyres. Oh, there's a bit of a shake of the nose from the Subaru there as they exit the chicane. It's lost him a little bit of time. Go into the chicane, sorry, not exit the chicane. I think Tom Duval too far back, as well as Pagani. He'll probably be more looking in his rear view mirrors than looking ahead now. So I think it's between these three. Ross is going to want to push on a couple of more laps so he can get a set of softs on, or he could just give up on that and pit for another set of mediums, but I doubt that. He will want to push through, probably end of lap 40. I think it's only going to be in the end of lap 42, so he's going to have to do 6 laps if he wants to put the softs on. May not be the best idea, to be fair. That gap between P2 and P3 is coming down slightly, but not enough. It's a stunning lap from James, 33.7. Aaron behind him has done exactly the same. That was Aaron's personal best, whereas James's personal best is 33.4. So they're pretty equal on pace. Good evening, Dusty. Just in time for the business end of this race, where we are currently sitting. Ross P1, Biggles P2, Jadon P3, although Ross does need to pit one more time. Everybody else has now done their final stops. So net race lead is currently Biggles, followed by Jadon, followed by Aaron, and then Tom Duval. Pagani had a bit of a moment. Yeah, not really. 1 second off the pace, just dropping away from Tom. Let's see what's happening a bit further back. Pagani in P6, Graham in 7th. These guys are all fairly spread out, good gaps between them. Fieber in 8th. Panda in P9 on safe release is in P10, but maybe not for long. T. Smith really going for it. Always having a look. Just showed the nose just to try and put unsafe off. He's going to have another go down the straight. Has the BMW got the power? Absolute shit heap of a BMW. It really hasn't got the power. He's doing 141 while unsafe release ahead of him. He's doing 145. What a horrible, horrible car. Homer's in 12th, O'Donnell 13th, Blue Flag in 14th. Right, this is what we were waiting for. Ross is going to be in the pits this lap. End of lap 42. I mean, 6 more laps to go. He's going to have the choice of hanging on to a set of soft tyres, or just putting another set of mediums on and just going for it. Let's find out. Biggles goes through to assume the race lead. 7.5 seconds back to Jadon, who will go through as well, alongside Aaron, who is a second back. These three are your guys for the podium as it stands. Ross will be looking to come out in P4. Is he going to make it? Here comes Tom Duval. There's Ross. Ross has made it. He is out into P4. And he is out on the hard tyres. Has he not used the hards? Ross definitely used the softs earlier. He started on the mediums, then he did a stint on the softs. I didn't realise that he hadn't used the hard tyres. He's obviously just going for a shorter stint at the end. So the question now is whether that gives him enough to hold off Tom Duval and take P4. In the meantime, you've got the battle for P2 as well. And the gap at the front is closing, but it's going to have to close a lot more than that. Biggles is probably saving a little bit of fuel, saving his tyres as well. He has been obviously doing the much longer stints than the guys behind him, but he's still got a 7-second lead. We'll have a look shortly at the relative lap times. Because then the question opens up as to if Aaron gets within striking range of James, which he doesn't seem capable of doing at the minute, but if he does he try and overtake him? Or do they work together? Because Biggles has just set a 1:35.3. James has set a 1:34.4. So with 6 seconds gap and 5 laps to go, it's not quite enough. He's going to have to do a little more. But as Biggles' tyres start to wear further and he has to fuel save a bit more, it may not yet be over. Jadon's actually pulling clear of Aaron at the minute. Oh, Ross is slipped behind Tom Duval. He's still all over the back of him, but last time we looked, he'd pulled out ahead in the pits. Got the strategy right, and now he's lost it on track, so he's going to have to try and get it back. Pretty sure this is a battle that's going to go all the way to the end. Pagani, meanwhile, in 6th, will be waiting for some form of mishap. Let's try and get him a couple more positions. Graham's long stints have not worked out quite as well for him as they have for Biggles. He's now P7. He's been caught by Fever, who will be looking to get past any time now. Fever over a second a lap quicker per lap on previous laps, and Panda is not that far behind either, so trouble for Graham in the last few laps. Biggles is through. He's not lost as much time on that lap. These guys have slipped back a little. Yeah, only half a second, so that's what Biggles needs to do. Just keep it safe, keep it secure. He knows he's got time to play with. Let's go back to this battle here. Can Ross hang on? Looks like Tom Duval has the edge on pace at the minute. Oh. See those hard tyres just struggling a little bit more around the long left-handers. He's sticking with him though. Staying in the slipstream. He's not going to have the edge on the straight, even in the slipstream, as we saw earlier. The Mazda is one of the fastest cars in the straight line, and that Subaru just won't have the edge, so he's going to have to do it in the corners. Fever is now past Graham, so Fever assumes P7. Yeah, and this gap has now stabilised at the front, so it looks as if Biggles is going to do enough here. Aaron's getting closer to Jadon meanwhile. That gap was nearly a second last time around, it's now 7/10. Although James is pulling away again down the straight, that Subaru just doesn't have the straight line speed. Look how much time he's lost. 134.3 to 134.4. He gains it all back round the corners, does Aaron. The gap was 0.6 at the start of the start-finish straight, and then by the end of the start-finish straight it was a second, and now it's back 0.6 again. What has Jadon got? What has he got left? Torturing that tyre around there that time. Aaron's getting closer. He's getting a lot closer. It's inside 0.3 almost. Now it's on for P2. Jadon and Aaron still together. Tom Duval and Ross still together. Aaron going the wide route round the hairpin. James just about keeping on the track. There will be 2 laps to go after this one. The gap at the front is down to 4.8 seconds, but Biggles is still doing enough. He's only got 2 more laps to get round. These two giving it absolutely everything, but you can see the tyres are starting to suffer now. And the lap times accordingly. Still in the 134s, mind. Aaron's just gaining a 10th every lap. It's not over yet. Not by a long shot. Oh, what's happened to Ross? Oh, Ross has binned it again. Oh, bloody hell, Ross. I don't know what happened there. It may well have been there's an incident. It may well be he just span off by himself, but Ross is down to P6, Pagani is up to P5, and that leaves Tom Duval fairly safe in 4th. Fever there in P7. Graham is holding on against Panda. Very much so. Is there anything left that Graham could do here? He's got less fuel, he's got worse tyres. Here comes Panda. Graham goes very defensive. Panda's going to have to go to the outside. And he'll do well just to slow it down. Get a good exit. In fact, he's got too good an exit. He's ended up pushing Graham out of the chicane. So Graham, I think, may well. Is he going to be able to hold the place for one more corner? Yes, he is. Let's go slightly defensive. Oh, I just saw an arrow twitch on the map, and that was Aaron stepping out the rear end of the Subaru with 1 lap to go. The gap is now 0.8 once again. Don't know. Has he got anything left? The gap at the front is 3.5 seconds. I think Biggles has played this absolutely perfectly. He's done what he needed to do to stretch out these stints whilst keeping the pace consistent and keeping the pace up. And it looks like he's going to make it. Has Graham managed to hang on? Panda's now being forced to go all the way around the outside of turn 1, but he's got it done. Lovely move on to the final lap. Panda takes P8 from Graham. Here we go, people. This is it. Aaron's hanging in there. James is across the grass. Aaron's got P2. Half a lap to go. Does James have anything left? He's so tight on fuel on top of everything else. The tyres are going for both of them. If he can stay very, very close, if he's got enough fuel, he may just be able to get the run down the straight. He'll have the better straight line speed. He doesn't need to do it here. He just needs to get a good enough exit to be very, very close coming into the final corner. Biggles is coming around the final corner now. Biggles is going to take a win. What a win it is, right from the back of the grid. Fantastic victory. Here it is, P2. He's not got anything left. He's Ian Bealed it off the final corner. Nothing left to challenge. Aaron takes P2. Fantastic drive still from Jadon for P3. Really, really good drive from Tom Duval as well. Takes 4th. And then it is going to be Pagani just ahead of Ross by the look of it. P5 and P6. Good drive from Fever. kept it solid in the midfield throughout, but comes in for a good P7, getting ahead of Panda in P8 and Graham in P9. Unsafe release is going to take 10th. Across the line he comes, T Smith 11th. And then we will have Homer in 12th and Odon coming round in 13th, ahead of Blue Flag. What's happened to Blue Flag? I'm not sure. He certainly wasn't last when I last checked, but his lap times don't look that bad. Okay, maybe he was. Well, Odon is going to take 13th, which he's more than happy with. And Blue Flag in P14. And Lennon with the DNF. There we go. They made it. We all made it. I made it. Just about. Whew. Right, we are finished for this evening. We'll be back again next Thursday for GT2, and then once again next Friday for GT1. Please do join us then. Have a fantastic evening. See you next time.